You ever wonder what it's like on the inside of a pyramid scheme? Let's talk about it. What is good, you guys? My name is Dougwafer, and I'm a real estate agent working out of Southern California. I have not always been a real estate agent, though. No, in fact, my first sales job was much different. That's what we'll be talking about today. When I was 19, I was working a job that I really hated and going to community college with no clear path in mind. My family had lost their home when I was 17, and I had spent the last 2 years living off of friends' couches and out of cars and motels. One of my friends who I was pretty close with understood the situation I was in and was rightfully trying to help me out of it. He heard about this company where kids our age were supposedly making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year selling this vitamin supplement. He took me to a meeting and I met some kids who confirmed that they were making that much money, or at least told me they were, and I was hooked. That's all it took for me to be convinced, and a week later I was signed up for the company. I spent 2 years selling product for this company, and I did make a little bit of money. Nothing like what was promised, but it was a learning experience. Eventually I came to my senses, and not a moment too soon, because about a year after I left the company, they were brought to court and forced to shut down operation. However, there are still plenty of companies out there today that are operating in the same way and getting naive kids to join up and spend all their money and with hopes of making millions of dollars. So I'm going to make this video about what I learned inside of a pyramid scheme to try and help anybody out there who might be considering joining not make the same mistake that I did. Quick disclaimer, not all of these things will be negative. I am a pretty positive person and I try to find the good in everything. I did learn a couple good things from them and I wanted to share those with you as well, so I put them in there. Also, I know that not every MLM is a pyramid scheme. I'm not saying it is, and if you're working for an MLM and making good money, more power to you. Finally, I won't be explaining what an MLM is and how it works. You can find plenty of videos online doing that, and I don't want to make this video an hour long to do all of that. So basically, MLM is a company that moves its product by selling through distributors, and you get more distributors to join up and you make more money that way. It becomes a pyramid scheme when the addition of the distributors outweighs the sale of the actual product for the company's base revenue. With all of that out of the way, let's go over the top 5 things that I learned working for a pyramid scheme. Number 1, boy did I have to learn this the hard way. No one wants to be sold anything, period. Think about the last time you felt like you were being sold something. Did you feel like you were coming to the decision yourself? Did you want to make the purchase? Did you even make the purchase? Probably not. And it's not your fault. It's the salesman's fault for making you feel like you were being sold to. The problem when you're in a pyramid scheme is you're brainwashed to believe you can sell anything to anybody, and this makes you exhibit arrogance and the worst trait that a salesman could ever have, which is pushiness. A much better tactic for selling something to somebody is to provide them value and allow them to come to the decision on whether or not what you're offering will continue to provide them value in the way that you've already shown. Number 2, no product is for everybody, unless you're selling water, and even then to some extent. You need to understand that no product that you're going to sell is for everybody on this earth. This is something that's not understood by most people working in a pyramid scheme, and they definitely don't encourage you to form a target market. You're told that this product can benefit any and everybody, and you are encouraged to sell to any and everybody. This, of course, is disingenuous, as no product is for everybody, and when you're exhibiting the feeling that it is, or you're showing people that it's supposed to be, they're going to pick up on that phoniness pretty quickly. Too many times salesmen try to treat sales like fish. They cast out a wide net and hope to catch as many as they can. In fact, sales is much more like farming crops. You plant your seed, you water it, you pray to the universe that nothing goes wrong, and if you stay consistent, hopefully one day you'll benefit from the fruits of your labor. It's much more effective to develop a target market. Not only will this help you know who and how to target to, it'll help you get your product to a better place. As you're taking feedback from people, you're understanding exactly what they want, what they need, and what they don't want in your product. And you're hopefully changing the product to make it exactly what your target market wants. Number 3, leadership is a learned trait. Now, of course, there are some people who are natural born leaders, and if that's you, then great, you can skip to number 4. But for everybody else, there's still hope. One of the things that I appreciated most about working at a pyramid scheme is that they made it clear that anybody can be a leader if they develop the correct skills and traits. You're encouraged to invest in self-development, and this is something that really helps out most people to see their full potential. If it weren't for me joining this company, I'm not sure I would have dove headfirst into self-development as hard as I did, and I'm not sure I would have been as far along in my self-development journey as I am today. I'll be putting out full videos on this subject in the future, but for now, I highly encourage you to invest just a little bit of time every day honing your craft and making yourself just a little bit better. Number 4, there's no way to get rich quick. Unless you're planning on winning the lottery or waiting until a rich relative dies and leaves you a massive inheritance, you're going to need to put in the time to build wealth. One of the easiest ways that pyramid schemes get people like me to join is by promising a get rich quick scheme. Of course, if I would have known what I know now, this would have been an immediate red flag and I would have steered very clear of anybody offering such a thing. But at the time when you're a kid who is homeless and making no money whatsoever, you're ready to believe anybody who tells you they can get you out of that situation. But please take my word for it. Anything worthwhile takes a while. It's much better for you to figure out what you like to do and to build something from the ground up involving it. It's going to make you happier. People are going to be able to sense that you're genuine about it. And eventually, hopefully it's going to make you a lot of money. But it's going to take time. Finally, number 5, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Now, this one's pretty self-explanatory, but if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a pyramid scheme. But in all seriousness, nothing affected my decision to join this scheme in the first place than the lies that I was being told about how much people were making. I should have known that they weren't telling the truth, or in some cases telling very, very stretched versions of the truth, but I was so naive and young and ready to believe anything anyone told me. If I would have been just a little bit sharper and a little bit less anxious to get out of the situation that I was in, I would have been able to understand that most of the people I was talking to were either stretching the truth or telling me outright lies. As a rule of thumb, if somebody is using flashy cars or money to entice you to buy a product, it's typically because the product itself has no actual value. Steer clear of anything that seems too easy or too good to be true, because most of the time it is. Alright, that is the video, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, as I'll be dropping videos like this every single week to try and make you just a little bit sharper. If you or anyone you know needs help with anything involving real estate, all of my information will be in the description below. Please reach out to me and somebody on my team will get back to you. I have a network of referral agents all over the country, and I can set you up with somebody great no matter where you are. Thank you guys for watching the video. Bye for now.